listening to the Scoop Slam Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Scoop Slam Podcast. We are back, our final regularly scheduled program of the year, and it is John Cena's last match on deck for today. One of the probably most center points of our podcast this year of 2025 has been John Cena, so it was only fitting to end the year with him. But as always, I'm joined by my co-host, the historian, John Cena's biggest supporter. He's hustling, he's with loyalty, and he's respecting. It's Ryan.
Yo, Micah, great to be back here with you. It's been too long, buddy. It's been too long. I'm ready to dissect on John Cena's last match.
Lot to dissect. It's been quite a weekend, both online and on the actual TV shows. But whenever you guys hear this, I kind of am going to put something in the award show that we did, but I apologize for the award show being late. I had some stuff come up over the weekend, if you can believe it. 2025 has been an insane year for me. If it can happen, ladies and gentlemen, it does. And hopefully we're wishing for a better 2026, maybe 2016 part 2. I'll take that. But yeah, I apologize for that. As for the next couple weeks, as we officially end the year, we're going to have some holiday watch-alongs. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Follow our socials, all that good stuff. But Ryan, John Cena's last match, was there anything?
So wait, hold up, Micah. So you telling me this program's going on before the Scoopies? We're time traveling?
No. I'm just letting everyone know if this reaches them before they get to the Scoopies.
All right.
Because I promised online that the Scoopies were coming out last week, and they did not.
That's right.
Oh, there was a lot of things that came out of my dog, but I'll save the details for that one.
He's a good pup now. He's doing good. Good theories.
Yeah, he's recovering. He's right here beside me. He's shaking a little bit, but well, it is what it is. Anyways, Ryan, initially, before we get into anything specific about John Cena's last match, was there anything that you wished for this year out of John Cena's last run that maybe didn't come to fruition, or you had hoped was better, or maybe more dates? I know there's been a lot of controversy about the run itself. Obviously, we gave out a lot of awards to Cena in the award show, but yeah, was there anything just missing for you?
Yeah, man, I just wanted more cohesion with the year. Just felt like a bunch of ideas got conjoined together, and there was no real direction about where we should have taken this. Because they started out real hot, man. Rumble, Elimination Chamber, the heel turn was great, but the actual heel run was, lack of a better term, Micah, the shits. And so, I just wish we could have got more cohesion. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I saw an article today. Bleacher Report gave the run an F.
Yeah, come on now. Isn't that? I hate to be this guy, but are we really? Bleacher Report's not really unbiased.
Oh, you're saying?
Don't they have a partnership with AEW, man? Don't they run the shows, their pay-per-views on Bleacher Report?
I think they did, at least at one point. I'm not going to say they still do, but I know they did at one point.
So, I hate to be that guy to say, fake news, but, like, come on now. Why? What do we... Yeah, F seems a little harsh, man. I give it maybe a D, maybe a C-, but F, come on now. There was some good parts of the year.
Just a few. But we'll get to the finale, and to start us off, they started the show off with a pretty good package. Pause on that. But, I thought that the stuff that they did to theme the show around Cena, I thought it was all very well done. And, like, I'm not the biggest Cena guy, but I think it was kind of touching. Ultimately, it is kind of sad to see one of the, I guess, pillars of the last 20 years, like probably the last guy that we've really had uh retire. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any favorite opponents of Cena? Who do you think his number one rival
Uh I would say
is? Punk? A lot of people say Punk. A lot of people say Edge
a lot of people
or
say
AJ Styles. What? Let's be serious, man. Come on now.
but the Randy stuff just never clicked to me. If you ask
It was
my
forced.
favorite, it would have to be Punk.
Yeah. They always had great chemistry. Batman versus Superman.
I think Brock kind of has to be, he's at least got to have a seat at the table as well.
Is that his great? Nah, I don't. Brock always kind of won though.
Well,
Has
yeah,
Cena beaten Brock at all in the last? I know he beat him on his comeback, but pretty much Brock beat Cena all the time.
I mean, I guess it always had big fight feel, which I think is just Brock's
yeah.
presence more than anything. But I think that's probably the top three would be Edge, Punk, and Randy. Personally, like I said, would be Punk because I feel like that was always, the term kind of gets a little overused now, but I truly think that those two were like wrestling soulmates. Like when they were working together, it always worked. And even at Elimination Chamber this year, for that 5 to 10 minutes that they kind of had the ring solo, honestly, I still think holds up as some of Cena's best work of the year.
Yeah, it does. Even the match in Saudi, I enjoyed that as well.
Yeah. It
But
was probably my favorite
I
one
hate,
up to a certain point.
I hate that we sidetracked this, man. Yeah, man, Cena stepping down. This is like you said, the pillar of the last generation. Biggest name in wrestling over the last 20 years. It's a big deal, man. I mean, I've gotten people that haven't really watched wrestling at all in the last 10, 15 years, reach out to me and, oh, man, Cena's last match. So, I mean, it did its job with bringing back the casuals. They did a very good job of sending Cena out on the media tours because he was doing what? Joe Rogan. I thought I saw him on ESPN. What was the other podcast? The Chris Van Fleet. He was on. I think he was on that podcast.
I think he was on Pat
last
McAfee
week
too.
Pat McAfee. Yeah,
Maybe Jimmy Kimmel.
sure. Yeah, it sounds. No, not Jimmy Kimmel.
Maybe Jimmy
Maybe
Fallon.
Fallon. Yeah, maybe Fallon. I don't know if WWE is in favor with Kimmel right now, but
Well, hey, they had him on the package at one point.
did they? Okay,
They
all right.
did.
Maybe he was on there. All right. Well, they did a good job promoting the match, promoting Cena's last match.
And I think you said it best. It brought a lot of casuals back. And I think a lot of casuals is what's dominating the airwaves about the events that took place. But we'll go ahead and start off with what they started off. The first match of the night, Obafemi, NXT champion, versus WWE champion Cody Rhodes. Now,
What was your... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, this one I was probably the most excited about on the entire card.
Most excited? Out of the whole card? Cena's last match. He was like, you know what? Over and Kobe.
Really? I will explain why later, but I was most interested to see this match, honest to God.
What was your initial reaction to seeing Oba in the big arena with that entrance, man? That's a WrestleMania caliber entrance right there. The presentation they had for him.
I thought he looked every bit the star that I think he's gonna be. Matter of fact, I was we were in town, so me and Hannah were together like in the car, and I had it. I think we were coming out of the restaurant. I turned it on or whatever, and Oba was making his entrance, and like even Hannah's curiosity was like piqued. She was like, "Dang, who is that?" And I was like, "Oh, this is Oba Femi," and she was like, "Oh, she had heard me talk about him before." And she was like, "Yeah, he has the it factor. Like you can just tell." And I was like, I'm telling you, like, this is the guy. I've been preaching this. Oba is the guy for the future. And if you didn't get the daggum feeling when he came out on his first main roster pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it, that he had it and he is the guy, I don't know what to tell you, because that junk was like I got chills when he came out. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. For a
Yeah.
guy from NXT, I was like, holy crap. Like I'm amped. I was ready to watch this match.
And man, he's got the gift of gab too. I've seen his promos. He has it. Everything he says, you believe.
Yeah.
And
That
a lot of
promo,
people. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say the promo he cut after he beat Ricky, where he was like, "Change came for Ricky Saints,
Oh man.
change came for I don't remember the first one, but he was like, change came for man in the Bible, and God sent the flood, and change came for Ricky Starks, and they sent Oba Femi, and I was like, holy crap! Like, and that was just a little 30-second backstage clip, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's like one of the best promos I've heard all year.
His eyes were bloodshot red, and I'm like,
Yep.
man, whatever he says, I believe. Whenever people online say that WWE's NIL program is useless, a waste of resources, bro, just point the finger at Oba Femi because he is probably one of the first ones to get that NIL deal. And shout out to Bama, he is a Bama boy. But they trained him from the ground up, man, 3 years ago. No wrestling background, no wrestling experience. And now you can feasibly see him main eventing the next 5 WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. I would even go 10. He's only 27.
Yeah. Yeah. And another thing, when people online say, oh, WWE hates black people, look at the NXT guys they featured on John Cena's last match show. All of them. Sol Ruka, she is biracial. She is black. Oba Femi, black. Leon Slater, black. Javon Evans, black. All the NXT guys were black, man.
Yep. And they all came out of the show way more impressive than anybody I think really expected. Like for the casual fans, because even a guy that I work with, he was like, he said his dad and him were watching it, and they were like super invested in the Sol Ruka match, because they were like, she was super interesting to watch because just her style of match.
We'll get to that later on, but yeah, she impressed me too. But going back to Oba, the presentation is down, and about the match, Micah, it was very short, very short match. I don't even think it went 8 minutes, and it never
Yeah,
seemed to get out of first gear for me. I don't know how you felt.
I enjoyed it because Oba looked strong, but
Yeah,
the finish, I thought it was just getting there. It was just like you said, maybe we're starting to get into the second gear. Cody got busted open on the announce table. The visual of that was like, dang, I mean this younger guy, 3 years in the business. They mentioned that on commentary too, that he's just like a natural, picked up to it. He made Cody like bleed. That like even if it wasn't like intended color, still the visual of that, like it sells the danger of a guy like Oba Femi.
you think an audible was called because of the blood? Maybe they thought Cody got concussed, so they just went to the finish fast.
Nah, I don't. I think it was the planned finish because they didn't want to hurt either guy. Whereas, like, they knew Ruka. Well, later on, I'm kind of spoiling here, but Ruka picked up the win. Leon and Javon lost. So I think they didn't want to hurt their main roster by having 2 main roster losses, but they didn't want to hurt their NXT guys, especially with both of them being champion. Now, me personally, I would have loved for Oba to win, but that's just me.
Yeah, I would have had to go over Cody too, but man, when Drew came out, it just this pissed me off more than the Cena finish at the end. Like the feeling that the fans felt at the end of Cena's last match, that's what I felt like at the end of this match with Cody and
Yeah.
Oba.
Just the
Yeah, like, oh man, really? We can't have a clean finish here. These guys are still feuding. How many times Drew lost to Cody? 3?
I don't even know. And he's not going to win again. You already know.
You telling me Cody's gonna beat him 4 times?
Oh yeah. That Drew is the SmackDown LA Knight, man.
Oh man. Yeah, I guess you got a point. So what does that make Damian Priest? What is he?
We have a spot for Mordecai.
Oh man. All right. Okay, sure.
Now, I mean, I like Priest. I think that, not to get too far off on a tangent, I think they tried to give him the ball with the World Heavyweight Championship, and the reign just really didn't click with fans. And in just about every single one of his matches, he had a major botch. And yeah, I don't think they see much superstardom with Damian Priest anymore.
Well, speaking of botches, I'll point this out and then we can move back to the John Cena's last match show. But did you see that tag match with Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, Zelina Vega, and Aleister Black? Did you see that?
I did not.
It was a disaster class. Zelina Vega. It felt like this was her first match, man. Like just botches everywhere. And they stuck Rhea Ripley with Damian Priest because I guess they wanted to do Priest a favor and get him cheered for a night, but just a total disaster class. And if I would have seen that match before we did the Scoopies, that probably would have won my worst match of the year.
That bad?
It was bad. Go seek it out if you haven't seen it. Everybody go see that last SmackDown with Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega and Aleister Black. Go back and watch that.
And who went over?
Oh, Priest and Rhea.
That's crazy. Aren't they trying to push Aleister?
Isn't Rhea on Raw?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like the best SmackDown of the year, if you ask me. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, going back to the match, one little touch here. I think Oba might have the best spine buster since probably like Batista. I don't know if you remember that specifically because it was kind of quick, but dude, he got Cody up there and just slammed him into the mat. Like everything Oba does is convincing, and this, what I'm about to say, is probably the highest praise that I can give somebody. I feel like Oba is going to be my next CM Punk, where it's like whatever he's doing, I am paying attention to. Like, even independent of everything else, I'm seeking out a clip to see what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, next megastar of the company.
I don't see why he couldn't be bigger than Braun Breaker. Like, dead serious. I think he could be more of the guy.
More Obafemis and more Jacob Fatus is what the wrestling industry needs. So,
Yeah.
I'm happy for that. Keep it rolling. Keep making guys like that in NXT, and Sean will be my Booker of the Year for next year.
Less Daniel Garcias and Wheeler Yutas and let me now hold on now. Let me find an NXT guy that.
Well, hold up now. Didn't Daniel Garcia come out on Monday Night Raw? Didn't he? Wasn't he the Masked Man?
Dude, I laughed so hard at that you sent me that he looked like a redeemed racist on a medical drama. Like, I want to know who pulled that out and was like, "Yeah, this is it." That's why I said that's the one. Like,
Yeah,
there's no better
very oddly specific.
comparison. Oh shoot. Well, anyways, obviously that ended in an ODQ. Was there anything else you had for Oba and Cody?
Nah, that's it, man. Just short match. All these matches were pretty short, except the main event. Like
Yeah,
sub 10 minutes for every match.
they rang the bell. They rang the bell in the main event. I seen we had 40 minutes left in the show. I was like, oh no. But anyways, we'll move on to the next match, which was Sol Ruka versus Bailey. Right off the bat, I think Sol is very fun. She is a very natural white meat babyface, super smiley. Everything about her style wants you to be on her side as well. And I thought this was a pretty good match because a lot of times, we've talked about it with the ladies that come out of NXT. Some are more polished than others, but a lot of times when they come up to the main roster, you could see this with like a Tiffany Stratton. Uh, it's just very rehearsed, very clunky. It looks like they're going through the spots in their head, and I did not have that same feeling with this match at all.
I don't know. I felt the complete opposite. I thought it was a little sloppy at times, but Soul, she had a lot of stuff that looked good, but then at times it looked like Bailey was trying to keep up with her, and just looked a little sloppy in my book. But I'm a little more critical towards the women. You're a little more forgiving than me.
Well, I mean, I did write down that there was a few slow spots where it kind of got a little, I don't know what's the best word to use here, maybe like mixed up. But I still overall thought it was a pretty good showing for both ladies. I just think Soul's style is very interesting.
Jeff
Like,
Hardy,
something?
Rob Van Dam, like
Yeah, and she's really tall though, which is kind of odd. Like, you more buy a style like that for maybe like an Alexa, like a smaller lady, but she's got that I guess like surfer kind of look going for her, like she's a daredevil. Um and I don't know, I think she's going to be really good. Now I don't know about her promos, but the in-ring style is
did you like
definitely
Matt Riddle's
interesting.
promos?
Uh
Did you?
well,
You'll love Soul. You like that one?
the longtime listeners might remember me burying Matt Riddle on here.
Mm. But the good news is, Micah, they don't ask for too much of the ladies when it comes to the promos, so she'll be all right.
Yeah, I guess that is true. I will say one thing that I don't think I've seen a lot of, except for maybe the NXT talent. They do a lot of stuff using the bottom rope. Like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of flips and cutters and stuff with the bottom rope, which I think is just interesting. It's something you don't really see much, but I noticed like Javon and Leon did it as well, and then Sol Ruka did it in her match.
That's Soul Snatcher too. That's such a contrived finishing move. I mean, it looks good, but when you look at her opponent when she's about to hit the move, it looks very silly.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Now, I will say this. I think the way they got to the finish here made it look good, but I'm sure you're not going to be able to do that all the time.
I thought it was very unique looking finish where Soul's, I guess when she got pinned, her foot kind of hit the rope and it became a rope break. And was it a distraction after that, Micah, or how did she set up the ending?
I want to say that when Soul did that, like you said, when she got her foot on the rope, I don't remember 100%, but I want to say that she did a move off the bottom rope to like maybe stun Bailey, and then when she landed on her feet, she ran up the top rope, did the soul snatcher, and then pinned her, which, Bailey then rolled out, or she tried to go to the outside. Soul brought her back in, and then pinned her.
There you go.
Bailey
Yeah.
reversed the pin, and then Soul reversed the pin for a flash finish, which I thought was a really good finish as well because it makes Bailey look good as a veteran, like for not kicking out of one finish or for not losing just to one finisher to this girl. Because it's different with like a powerhouse, but with a high flyer like that, you would assume Bailey not main evented, but WrestleMania, champion, like she's done everything in WWE. You would assume she could kick out of one of those, and she did, but then Soul just caught her on the back end of it with another roll up. So I thought it protected Bailey while also giving Soul a good win to start off.
Yeah, I agree. A little sloppy, but it was fine.
Speaking of sloppy, I don't know if you saw this, but did you see? This is not related to John Cena's last match. Did you see the title change on NXT tonight?
Yeah, with Thea Hale and Blake Monroe.
Yeah.
You want to walk us through that?
I don't even really
Walk us-
know. I didn't see
Thea
what
Hale.
happened before, but I assume she hit her finisher maybe, and
Well, Thea Hale sandbagged Blake Monroe twice in a row and knocked the wind out of her. And people are
really,
blaming Blake Monroe for not kicking out. I'm like, well, geez, man. I mean, how is she supposed to kick out? She ain't got no breath. I mean, you know how Jeff Hardy does a swanton bomb now and lands directly on top of his opponents?
yeah.
Well, just picture that, but doing it twice to a 105-pound girl. They called it like a
Yeah.
shoot, though, and I commend them for that. But now they've kind of booked themselves into a corner here, Micah, because they're pre-recording the next 2 NXT shows tomorrow. So they're gonna have to rewrite pretty much the whole storyline they were doing down there in NXT.
That's tough. See, all I saw was the pin, and then I was like, my first thought was not, oh, they messed that up bad. It was, you know what? Good on the referee for not
Yeah,
messing his job up like all these other referees do. He was like, you know what? You didn't kick out. Sorry. Like that protects the business.
yeah, all like a shoot.
So
That's guilty.
yeah, I mean, I kind of commend it. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure the ladies were, scrambling. You could tell, especially Blake. She was like, "What the heck?"
Oh
But
man, I knew what the comments were gonna be when I opened up the Reddit post too. Man, it was nothing but Tony Storm quotes about mediocrity. You got the butthurt AEW fanboys, sickos that still hate Blake Monroe because she went to NXT.
yeah, I saw that. It bled over into Twitter too.
Of course, yeah, of course.
God forbid somebody just want to go work where they want to work, huh?
Well, not for the pedophiles.
Oh, what did I send you today? Oh, it was the Drake collab. Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. But
That gonna be the thumbnail of our show.
nah, I don't, unless Drake if Drake wants to send us some OVO or Kendrick wants to send us some merch, sure, but
Are you playing both sides, pal? What are you doing?
well,
I don't know.
you gotta keep your options open. We have no
Okay.
endorsements, ladies and gentlemen. We're always open to anything. Scoopslammed@gmail.com. We have morals here. We won't just we won't shell out for anybody. No
Yeah, no
gambling
DraftKings
ads. Yeah.
They got us taken off TikTok, man.
Yeah. See, they already screwed us one time. We're not doing business with them.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna make a statement right here.
Off limits.
If everybody else does sports gambling, Scoop Slam podcast, we're not gonna do sports gambling. Now that's
Checks
not to
right.
say that I don't throw some prize picks in.
Was this podcast brought to you by a certain
Not
certain
yet.
certain prize picks, Mike. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there's a bag. What's that thing Behan says? Today only, PJ Tucker, 5 threes. But anyways,
Yeah,
we
you
got some more
lost.
wrestling to talk about. You don't watch Club 520?
I see clips, but I'm not an avid watcher.
Ah, it's a good show. You should check it out. You still watch Nightcap, don't you?
It's kind of lost its charm since Unc got outed as a creeper.
Did he really like outed as a creeper?
Well, man, you don't. We'll talk about it off air, but it was a lot that went on with that case. And he had to
I
pay
thought.
that OnlyFans model off.
Oh, okay. See, I remember.
We'll
him
talk
and
about it later.
Michelle,
Let's.
but yeah.
Yeah, no. This was after Michelle.
Oh, okay, yeah, nah. I don't even think that's PG. But anyways, we'll get back to our wrestling program here. We got next up Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus the team of AJ Lee.
Bro, this
And
felt like a WWE All Stars match. You remember playing that game as a kid?
yeah,
Where like every move was like a, a dive off the top rope or uh, a dive to the outside the ring. It just felt like every other move was this in this match. It felt like that before Leon Slater and Javon Evans went out there, they told them that they were getting their time cut, so they wanted to get all their stuff in.
it was definitely fast paced,
Yeah.
which I think is good for them. They kind of remind me of like Brian Kendrick and Paul London.
Didn't we say that about the other jabronis on SmackDown?
Fraxium.
Axiom and yeah.
I think well, okay, Fraxium is maybe more Brian Kendrick and Paul London, but maybe Javon and Leon are like a
What's the
more
black
athletic
equivalent?
Hardy Boys.
We need a black equivalent of Brian Kendrick and Paul London.
I don't know that there is one.
Help me out here. There has to be, right?
Well, I think most black tag team, like historically good, I guess black tag teams are usually like powerhouses, like Harlem Heat or
One high flyer and then the other guy's a bruiser.
yeah, or I can think of was it Ice?
It'd be like if two Montez Fords were on the same team.
Yeah, essentially. Which I think, it's kind of funny. Like AJ wrestled this style when he was younger, and now he is like massive compared to a guy like Javon Evans. And I mean, I know it's because Javon's 21. He really hadn't like filled out yet. He's still, I'm sure, growing some, but it's kind of crazy because AJ was considered a smaller guy then.
They were making Unc work hard in that match. AJ Styles, man,
Oh
he
yeah.
was he had to put on his running shoes for this match. But I think Leon Slater's like a year younger than Javon or same age. So it's crazy because if you combine both of their ages, Leon Slater and Javon Evans, they're still not as old as AJ Styles.
That's crazy. AJ's
Yeah.
probably been wrestling as long as they've been alive too.
How insane is it to see the TNA X Division champion on Saturday night's main event?
On John Cena's last match.
How far have we come?
Yeah, that was the initial thing I wrote down was like this is an insane thing to see. And they had Joe Hendry on here too, and he's not officially signed, so
We'll get to him later.
yeah. I figured you would have something for him. I didn't have anything, but I know you're a
Well, we'll talk about it. I didn't.
yeah.
I wasn't.
You're not saying his name.
No. We'll just call him Joe.
But
Just
yeah.
Joe.
But I think that we here on the Scoop Slam podcast get a bad rep for not liking the high flying, the lucha style, Ryan. we're purists. We're just plebs who like our sports entertainment, and if sports entertainment or die, that's what they say about us. But here's the thing, right? I don't mind the high flying style when it's done like this. They had a sense of urgency, and Leon and Javon to me are good at setting up their spots without having to make sure their feet are right on the turnbuckle and make sure that the guy's in perfect place. Because at one point, I want to say Javon did a moonsault off the apron to the outside and he didn't look back. But it was super fast. Like he was trying to catch AJ off guard with it. Whereas, you see a guy like Hangman or even a guy like Seth, they get up on the top rope, they set their feet right, they never turn around, they just hope the guy's still back there. And that's the kind of stuff that aggravates me.
Yeah. And I think the fact that this went under 10 minutes helped a lot too. Because I'm fine with fast paced, flip wrestling, but if it's done over and over again for like 30 minutes, that's when I lose my will to watch the rest of the match, man. I just want to fast forward. But with this, man, if it goes 8-9 minutes, I'm fine with that. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I can stomach that.
And it's a breath of fresh air to have some sub 15, 20, 25-minute matches. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe we're unk, but I just can't do it. 20 minutes, I'm losing focus. I like you. I don't like you that much.
Well, speaking of unk, AJ Styles had a little fumble in the last 2 or 3 minutes of his match when he set up for the phenomenal forearm. Did you think that was a part of the finish or just AJ messing up, stuff happens?
I think that it was done so well to recover on Leon's aspect that it came off that it was supposed to be done that way. But I really don't think it was. But like the instincts that Leon had to just go over and cover him and then they moved
Yeah.
to the next spot, I thought that was excellent.
Yeah, I agree. Leon heads up play, and to be 20 years old, man, him and Javon, the sky's the limit, especially Javon, because Javon got the size.
Yeah, Leon's a little undersized, but he's got a little more muscle mass currently. But like,
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. You brought it up earlier with the black talent maybe underutilization right now in WWE. Look at how many talents there are that are coming up. Like Oba. Well, just the guys on this card, right? You got Oba, you got Javon, you got Leon. You've also got Ricky Saints down there. You've got Trick Williams. You've got Sol Ruka. You've got a Kalani Jordan. Like, there are so many talents that in the next 5 years, that's your main card right there. Like, those are your main event players. And I think Leon and Javon are going to be that kind of next upper mid card guys that get a couple world title reigns. They're not going to be the Obafemis and the Tricks and the Braun Breakers, but those guys are going to have an excellent mid-card Intercontinental United States Championship division in 5 years.
Yeah, I agree, man. This is a long time coming too. We need more of the youth movement on the main roster.
Yeah.
So if they called up those guys actually after WrestleMania, I'll be perfectly fine with that.
100%.
Bring up those guys and get rid of Ron Killings and I love the Miz, man, but let's make them backstage analysts at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys, and I love them to death, for what they have done for us as kids. Like one guy, man, I like him, Sheamus. I've seen all that Sheamus can do.
Yeah, it's over.
And I just don't see Sheamus being an interesting mid-card champion. I don't see Sheamus being a world champion. And so at this point, man, like, let me get a Trick. Let me get a Ethan Page. Let me get Javon. Let me get a Brooks Jensen. Like, let me see some new guys up on the main roster. That's what we've been clamoring for all year, the youth movement. And that's just what I'm ready to see.
Best we can do is Tony D'Angelo, Micah. Sorry.
Oh, God, no. Well, Ryan, I guess it's time. The last time is now.
Whoa. You don't want to talk about just Joe?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, I think we all forgot. We can move on. Let's go to John Cena's last match.
Yeah, Joe Hendry, his name was said. Miz came out in his garb from WrestleMania 27. I liked when the Miz came out, and then it just kind of went downhill after that.
He cut a good promo. Even after the show, he cut a good promo.
Yeah, I mean, he always does.
Yeah, yeah.
One of the most underappreciated talents of the last 20 years.
Yeah. Oh, I agree 100%. Especially when it comes on the mic. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think not a lot of guys during their prime could like go toe to toe with John Cena on the mic and like hang with him, but Miz perfectly fine. And in fact, if he didn't have the WWE shackles, the PG product that we've had over the last 15 years, bro, people would be talking about him like they talk about MJF. Like I'm being serious.
Oh, I don't doubt it at all. Like, that's the thing, too. People act like Miz sucks. And yeah, he's no Bryan Danielson in the ring. But, I mean, he was solid enough to have a decent to good match. But, you know what? Not everybody needs to be Bryan Danielson. But a guy like The Miz is going to talk you into the building. And that's what his forte was. So, I mean, he did it here. Like you said, he cut a good promo.
Yeah, and Joe Hendry's been politicking. Well, I won't say politicking. He's been pleading his case to get a match with John Cena on the retirement tour since last year. So he didn't get the match that he's been pleading for, but he did get a spot on John Cena's last special event. I don't know. What would you call this? Saturday night's main event? Special event? John Cena's last match? What are we calling this?
I guess all of it wrapped in one.
Okay. There you go.
Saturday night's main event, John Cena's last match. All in one.
Okay. All right. Sure.
It's a mouthful, but anyways, the main event, one last time, John Cena versus Gunther.
For the first time.
And the last. Initially, I thought the heat was insane for Gunther just coming out. I mean, he knew he was walking into hostile territory. This is basically how it feels anytime you go into a guy's hometown, if there's a pay-per-view in his hometown. This is what guys feel like when they go into Chicago against CM Punk, or, when people went into Boston against Cena. Like, it was basically that just in Washington, D.C.
He had that smug look on his face too throughout that whole entrance. And I don't know if you saw, but when Cena was making his entrance, Gunther was having an argument with a very young fan at ringside.
Oh, no, I didn't see this.
Clip. But if you haven't seen that clip, ladies and gentlemen, please go watch that, because Gunther does not hold back on this little kid. This little kid's giving it back to him too.
I mean, hey, good on Gunther. Keep it real for the children.
What? It wasn't real heel work, Micah. He didn't throw a bottle of vodka on his face like MJF did. Not a real heel.
Well, your wrestler of the year, ladies and gentlemen, that's Gunther. And I think he solidified it here. As far as the match goes, Cena had an excellent entrance and excellent. I mean, I got chills when he came out. Like I said,
yeah, the entrance and the people at ringside. You catch all the returning wrestlers that came by.
Oh yeah, I seen Elias and KO and Sammy and RVD and.
How did Elias get there?
Yeah, he was the oddball.
What bro doing here?
He's got that solo Sokoa. I bought a ticket.
Or you ever see that Drake meme where he's in like the Kentucky warm ups?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He.
I guess he did have. I guess Elias did have that little thing at WrestleMania with Cena. It wasn't really a match. It was just kind of like a segment. But yeah, they had RVD, Elias, Mark Henry. I think I saw
Hey.
Michelle McCool, Eve Torres. Eve
Yeah, that was
Torres was there.
another Drake. One thing
Well, yeah,
I love Mark.
yeah, I like Mark.
Mark, come on, man. You gotta wear the salmon suit.
Oh, he can't wear that. It's a Cena's moment.
Yeah, but that's a part of the
But
lore.
I guess you got a point. Well, he's not slimmed down a lot. He probably won't fit into it.
You buy a new one. He's on a Legends deal.
Well, yeah, then it wouldn't be authentic, Micah.
Well, I guess he doesn't have a lot more left in the tank.
There you go. Don't eat.
Well, as far as the match goes, I
It
thought,
went 25 minutes.
yeah,
Felt like it.
I'll mention a few things here, and then I got a broad point before we really get to the finish, because that's the meat of the matter here. I thought it was cool to see Cena break out the leg drop from the top rope. Hadn't seen that. I want to say we saw it once in this run, but you hadn't seen it a whole lot anymore. So I thought that was cool.
I think Cena pulled it off at Mania, but that was the last time.
Okay, I figured we had seen it at least once. I wasn't sure if it was then or the AJ match, because I mean, what did they not do in the AJ match? And then Michael Cole called the Cena hit the Avalanche AA, and I don't know if it was just a slip or if Michael Cole just did it for old time's sake, but he called it the Avalanche FU. I thought that was a good call. That's what it was originally called, and to some of us, that's still what it is.
Cole has been calling it the STFU for like the last 3 or 4 matches as well. He stopped calling it the STF. So I'm sure this ain't unintentional by him. And shout out Michael Cole too, because he did give thanks to all the commentators that called Cena's matches over the years. Jim Ross, Taz, Jerry Lawler. He called out everybody that couldn't be there. I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah. I think he said JR and Taz were like the voices of Cena's career, didn't he?
Taz, but yeah, I mean I agree with that, but he didn't have to do it, so I appreciate him. Give him a little shout out. Taz is the voice of Cena.
I want to say he said it was Taz. But I could be wrong.
Shout out Taz.
Yeah. But as a whole, Ryan, did you feel that this was Cena's best match of the year? Before we get to the finish, like I said, where would you put it? Maybe to round out the Cena, I almost said Cena season, but you get what I'm going for.
Yeah, man, it's right up there at the top of the heap for me. I think they had the crowd in the palm of their hands throughout the whole match. And, Cena put his working boots on for this match. I mean, it was pretty good. They didn't do finisher kick out spam like the last 2 Cena matches were, or I guess it was the 2 matches prior to that, the AJ Styles Cena match and the Logan Paul Cena match. Those I really did not enjoy. But Gunther, he's the best wrestler in the world. And you knew it had to be special. And it was. It was a really good match.
Yeah, I think I would put it probably at the top. I did enjoy this match with CM Punk. I thought the Logan one was all right. The Dom matches it got better towards the back end, but Gunther is that guy. I don't think there was a better choice to end Cena's career as far as what they were going for. Maybe a guy like Oba I could see, but I've given him enough praise this episode, so I won't do it. But that brings us to the very controversial finish.
It took forever, by the way. I say it was a good match, but the last 5 minutes, it dragged.
Yeah, it felt like an old Hogan match.
Or like when Shawn was in the ankle lock at WrestleMania 21 for like 5 minutes.
God, yeah. Well, I thought you were about to say, or like Austin and the sharpshooter at WrestleMania 13, but that's acceptable because it was an all-time moment and he was bleeding. But yeah, so let me break it down. I'm sure we've all seen it, but Gunther has the sleeper hold on. And like you said, they've been going back and forth for 5 minutes. Cena's still hanging in there. And Gunther wraps that leg. He sets it up for the camera. You can kind of tell we're getting close to the finish. And you see a smirk creep across John Cena's face. And he just kind of gives a light little tap out. And the crowd immediately just, oh, and all the air was sucked out of the building. Like for a split second before Gunther's music hit, you could hear a pin drop. I wish I could play that little segment like on the podcast so you could really hear how quiet it got. But
It was some great camera work by whoever's producing these shows, man. Great camera work because they had the perfect fan shots for all this. Like just seeing the kids cry, man. You know,
yeah,
I hate to be that guy, but I mean, it was kind of funny.
well, I sent you so I'll say this and then I'll get your initial reaction, but we've been to a couple wrestling shows together. I know for a fact in my heart of hearts that Ryan would have been the only person in that arena making noise in that moment, cheering that Gunther won, because every time we go to an event, whoever the heel is, Ryan's cheering for him.
Yeah.
No matter how many people around us are fans of the babyface, it don't matter.
Remember, we were Big Bill's only fans at that collision we went to 2 years ago.
Whoa. Big Bill's what?
His only fans. Oh well. Oh man. We were the lone leaders of his fan club. How about that?
There you go.
All right. We didn't buy any service of Big Bill, ladies and gentlemen.
But I mean, I would consider it. But anyways, Ryan, your initial thoughts.
Did you mean to say that?
Makes me think of that Triple H quote. I'm allowed to buy things, but legal is not one of them. What did you mean by that, Triple H?
Well, be that as it may, we're live.
Yeah, we're live, pal.
Yeah. Bro, the initial call by Michael Cole, and I know I gave him a hard time on the Scoopies, but the call where he said, and just like that, professional wrestling has defeated sports entertainment. That's an all-time call.
Oh, yeah.
And it really is, though. Like, the sports entertainment, Vince's brand of professional wrestling is, we don't have that anymore. And Gunther is the face of this new generation. The professional wrestling is back, and professional wrestling made sports entertainment tap out, man.
Yeah, that's the one that's gonna make documentary clips. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be the quote. Whether it's Gunther or Cena's last documentary or however they want to do it. But when they do these ruthless aggression recaps, they always have the Cena quote where he's like, ruthless aggression. The Gunther quote is going to be in there because it's that impactful
and
to usher in the new era.
And you just look at all the, Gunther's he's the ring general. He's all about the match is pure. And, man, John Cena has the clip out there where he's saying fudge, bologna, and mustard, and wearing the bright
life's
orange
being ruined
t-shirt.
by the internet.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fitting. It's fitting.
Yeah. So initially, Ryan, before you saw any of the internet reaction, because I know you were watching live, initial thoughts on what took place.
Um, I thought it was the right decision. I always think that if a wrestler is retiring, you want them to put over somebody on the way out. That's just tradition. But I do feel for the fans, Micah, because a lot of these fans, probably 95% of these fans, were diehard Cena fans. And the tickets to get into that arena was astronomical. And to pay for those tickets and to watch your childhood tap out, I would have been a little heated up too, but I wouldn't have ruined the end of the match by chanting stupid stuff and kind of ruining the whole moment at the end. You know what I mean, Micah?
Yeah. I think my biggest takeaway from this is, what did you expect?
They expected a happy ending.
Like, I knew.
They were chanting for Super Cena. You didn't hear that? He was in the sleeper
Yeah.
hold.
The only time in his career that they chanted for Super Cena. I think that a lot of casual fans hat is slipping and they are showing their true colors, because I don't see how you didn't see this from a mile away. Like, what sense does it make? Like, when they put Gunther in the tournament, I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure Gunther's winning. And then he did. And then when he did, I said, okay, Cena's losing. Like, now I would not have been, I guess, super shocked if they had done it, because WWE has done dumber this year. But, I mean, it's the time honored tradition. The guy retiring loses. And if they were going to have Cena win, why would they put one of their, if not their top heel in the company, against him, who is trying to recover from what's happened to him this year? Like, Gunther's been off TV. Why would they bring him back, force him to lose against Cena, and then say, okay, Gunther, good luck enter, WrestleMania season? Like,
Well,
what?
I think there's a few things at play here. The fact that people's sense of reality kind of got warped with that Sting last run, because you remember Sting had a 3-year run in AEW where he didn't lose a match, Micah. He didn't, like, even in tag matches, he won every match. What's like 28-0 in AEW,
Yep.
and he retired as champion. So I think the fans was expecting more of a Sting send off than more of a of a HBK send off or Ric Flair send off or like any other retirement match ever. But another thing at play here, Micah, is just the vitriol of the last year of John Cena, because the fans were really, really upset with the booking and the handling of John Cena over this last year. And it all came to a boiling point in this last match. And people saw it as their opportunity to finally let Triple H know how they felt about John Cena's last run. Which I don't think is I don't think that's fair at all. I think there's a lot of elements at play during Cena's last run. Cena could have said no to anything Triple H suggested. I don't want to hear that, oh, Cena's just such a innocent baby here and he couldn't say no to evil bald Triple H, the pedophile. I don't buy that at all. If Cena didn't want to do business, he wouldn't have done business.
think that's the biggest thing that aggravates me about, I guess, the internet fans today is the selective. I mean, yeah, there's some selective outrage, but if it's a guy they like a Hangman Adam Page or a John Cena, they can do no wrong. They are just the most gifted pupils, and they never say no to anyone. They never reject anything. They just are good soldiers, keep their head down. And it's like, that's stupid because you'll hold it against somebody else. But you won't hold it against these guys just because you take them for their word. You know what I mean? If CM Punk said, oh, well, remember CM Punk when he first came to WWE said that he didn't want to be champion. He was here to make friends, not money. Or he was here to make money, not friends. And then when he won the championship, everybody was like, oh, I thought Punk said he didn't want to be champion. It's like, okay, but you'll take Cena at his face value that he never says anything ever about his creative. Like, yeah, like historically, all top guys never say anything about their creative, right? But because Cena says it, you just believe him because you like him. Because you like Hangman, all this other stuff, the booking isn't his fault. The fact that he can't draw, that's not his fault. It's the other stuff. Like, it's just stupid to me. Call a spade a spade. That's what we do here, and that's just it's a very complicated legacy that Cena leaves behind. And I think there's no better way to end the complicated legacy than a complicated tap out that everybody seems
Yeah,
divided whether they like it or
I
not.
was I was just about to bring up, Micah. A lot of people online are saying that they're not upset because Cena lost. It's how he lost. The whole tapping out thing. Because historically Cena, sold a lot of merchandise and said he made a lot of money off the mantra of never give up, hustle, loyalty, respect, and he gave up. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, why couldn't he just fade off and just get choked out instead of tapping out? It kind of cheapens his character if he taps out." But I don't look at it like that. I look at it like Cena's character is it's ending, and there's nothing. He has nothing else to. You get what I'm saying here, Micah? Like his character arc is over.
Yeah, I mean,
So
th-
of course he's giving up. I mean, he's giving up. He's going home after this. So he's tapping out.
I think you said it best off camera or off mic. We don't use cameras here, pal. Um, Gunther has to be there Monday, and Cena doesn't. And for once in the past 20 years, Cena doesn't have to be there Monday. Or any Monday. Or any pay-per-view. He doesn't have to do anything again. But you know who does? Gunther. And while I personally, if it were me with the book and Cena and Gunther came to me and said, okay, you tell us how to finish this, I would have had Cena pass out. Personally. Because it does give Gunther the win. It still kind of protects the never give up, never say die. But Gunther was still the better man that night, even
But
if Cena
that would have
passes
left
out.
that would have left doubt. But making him tap out, that's definitive. That's decisive. That's officially ending the John Cena character, which is what they wanted to do. And sometimes you don't get happy endings in superhero movies. Sometimes the superhero dies.
Yeah, I mean, and two, like Cena went out on his shield. You know what I mean? He fought for like 5 minutes. People act like Gunther locked that thing in, cranked back on it, and he was just done for. Like he fought for 5 minutes, and while I think the smirk kind of pissed me off,
Yeah, that was stupid.
I think that was kind of the like You know, at the end of Endgame, when Tony Stark says, "I am Iron Man," and then he snaps the gauntlet and does that
He's at
whole,
peace.
yeah. I think that was kind of the same thing with Cena, man. Like, he knew he was done. He knew he was going to die, in a sense. Like Iron Man, he knew he was going to die. He smiled and he went out on his shield. And that was what it was. Like, I expected people to be mad that he lost. I did not expect the legends of the industry to come out and say that it was a stupid finish. I did not expect the fans to chant F Triple H right after the event or chant AEW at the presser. Like, I just thought the pushback was nuts
Yeah,
because, again, how did you not see this coming?
and the story of WWE does not end with John Cena. It's gonna continue with Gunther, and so you have John Cena do the honors to Gunther because, like you said earlier, Micah, the story is gonna continue. Gunther's gonna be there on Monday. John Cena ain't.
Yeah. That's that right there's the beauty of why we love this sport, right? There's no off season. It never
Yeah,
ends. Your favorite characters, they're here for either a really long time or a short time, but you know that the characters always have a finish. Like, they have to be done one day. And that sucks, but that's why you enjoy them while they're here. And it's just like you said, it's the end of Cena's character. Man, he can't
yeah.
wrestle forever. So why, when the story of the show was furthering the next generation with Obafemi, with Sol Ruka, with Javon and Leon Slater, what made you think that Cena was going to be selfish in this main event and not further the next generation? That's what this entire event was built around. And in reality, it's what this entire run should have been built around. But that's not what they did. But that's what they did on this night. And I'm baffled at how I I don't know, I guess people felt like they got duped. Like, what did you again, like
Yeah.
what did you expect? I cannot rationalize in my mind how you sat down as a fan of professional wrestling and watched this and said, "Oh, Cena's gonna win."
I don't know what people were thinking, man. It was yeah, and it just ruined the moment, like with the AEW chants and the FU Triple H chants. Because at the end of the day, this is supposed to be an emotional moment. Cena's leaving his shoes, he's leaving his armbands, his arm sleeves. I thought he was about to take off the jorts, but he was
And he
leaving it
should
all in the
have.
ring. Hey, he said he was taking it off at the beginning of the year. He said he was gonna. You're never gonna see him in the jorts again. But yeah, it was supposed to be an emotional moment, and now we're gonna have to pipe in "Thank You Cena" chants and take out all the "FU Triple H" chants for the video packages. So I just think that the fans went a little overboard there. I know you paid your money, you can chant whatever you want, but at what point are you just chanting to get yourself over and not to further the actual show?
Yeah. Well, also I find it funny, it's the same thing. The people that make the signs to be like, Brock Lesnar is this, which, like, I'm not disagreeing with you, but you paid like $2,000 to sit there and hold your sign up. Like, kind of weird behavior. Like, you paid
Say
like
this thing.
yeah, you paid like 14,000 to sit there and say "F you Triple H," but like you still paid 14,000. So I don't know. And again, like you said, I'm not against anybody voicing their opinion. That's what we're doing. I just think it's kind of again,
It's i-
I
it's
can't.
ironic that the fans that were booing him out the building for the last 15 years are now demanding that he wins every match.
Yeah. Like, I don't remember if you sent it to me or somebody else. I saw it on Twitter, but they literally said, like, for years people didn't want him to win. Like, they didn't want Super Cena. And now they have come full circle and they wanted Super Cena, and they're just fickle. Fans are fickle. Bryan Anderson said it best.
Do you think Triple H channeled this and just, I don't know, just become the next Mr. McMahon type character on TV? Because the fan perception for Triple H online is at an all-time low. Maybe since the Reign of Terror. And I wasn't I wasn't online when that happened, but supposedly he was a big he was public enemy number one for the IWC during that time. But you think he should channel all that, Micah, and just come out here and Cena screwed Cena? What do you
I
think,
would
Micah?
say yes, but we've already
Don't
seen
see
it.
But if he's getting booed, man, why not just make some money off of it? Can he? He can't go no more.
Yeah, I think that's one drawback of it, but two, like we've already had the authority, and I can't really say that was great work.
Be the perfect
Which
time to bring back Shane. Perfect time to bring back Shane and have like a like a uh, like a power struggle type storyline.
I mean, if they wanted to go that route, yeah. I
That'd be some good
just
TV.
I don't know. I think the going back to Cena, I think the legacy Cena leaves behind is very complicated. And not from like an out of the ring perspective, but like just when you look at his run as a whole, I mean, there's only a couple other guys that are top guys in WWE history. You've got Bruno, Hogan, Austin, Rock, and then Cena. And I think Cena is the only top guy in history that I can remember where the business decreased when he got on top and increased when he left full time.
Yeah,
And
I
so
agree.
whenever people bring up like Cena's the GOAT and he did all this, like it's a very weird conversation to have because is Cena on the WWE Mount Rushmore? Yes. I think you have to include him on the Mount Rushmore. But I can't put him top 10 all time. I can't put a guy that for most of his run as the top babyface was hated. If Cena was the top babyface for 10 years, he was hated for 8.
Maybe more.
Yeah. And I don't know, man, like just when you think about it, take Hogan for instance. Hogan was the only guy that could have done what Hogan did. I love Macho Man, for instance, right? But Macho Man couldn't have been the star that Hogan was. Hogan left, went to WCW, was still the star there. A guy like Austin, irreplaceable. There was not another guy that could be Stone Cold Steve Austin in that era and do what Stone Cold Steve Austin did. Fortunately, in the Attitude Era, they had 2 of the all-time guys. You had The Rock, irreplaceable. I don't think anyone else could do what The Rock did during that era. John Cena, is he that irreplaceable? Could no one else do what John Cena did?
I think it's a very unique situation that Cena was in because he was the first top guy, top draw, number one guy in the company that Vince McMahon could literally tell Cena to do anything and he would just do it, no questions asked. Cena would never give any pushback. So he was like Vince's perfect top guy. And that's why he stayed on top so long because he just the ultimate company man. And it's pretty ironic, Micah, that that mentality that Cena had, I just show up and work who's in front of me and just follow the script. It's ironic that in Cena's last match, if he would have just pushed back, then we could have avoided all the negative backlash of the aftermath of that match.
Yeah. Except it would kill Gunther's push.
Yeah, but I mean, who cares? You got those fans that say they're retiring when Cena retires. So what do they care? They're not going to watch Monday.
Yeah. I just, I don't know, man. I mean, I've never been the biggest Cena guy, like I said. I mean, it is sad. We are fortunate enough to see one of the greats. Like I said, I think undisputed he's a WWE Mount Rushmore guy. I think he has to be up there. It's kind of sad to see a guy like that go, but ultimately he did it on his own terms. And that is better than 99% of wrestlers get anyways. So
Yeah,
why don't we be fortunate for what he did get?
He could have had a Kurt Angle send off. I don't know if you remember that, but Kurt Angle got retired by Baron Corbin, Micah. And that was when Baron Corbin was wearing the Olive Garden get up. He had the whole all black collared shirt and black pants. He didn't even wear wrestling gear to Kurt Angle's last match,
man. Yeah,
like, I mean, when people there was people online that said that Vince could have booked Cena's retirement so much better, and then you'll get somebody underneath that comment just post the Kurt Angle clip where he's getting retired by Baron Corbin. Like, do people have the memory of a goldfish?
Yes, because they want Cena to win these matches now. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, again, there's just so many wrestlers, so many legends that didn't get to go out on their terms. And I feel like we should appreciate that Cena got a retirement tour. He got the final match against a great opponent in what was a pretty good match. And I think that what he did was commendable. He used his night that didn't have to be used on anybody else to put some NXT talent over, to get eyeballs on that NXT talent, and to put a guy over as the next major heel in the company. So past that, I mean, what more can you ask of a guy? I think what bothers me more than anything, not with the finish, but it's just the regard that people hold Cena in. But I mean, that's been an ongoing thing with me this year. I don't know. I've never seen what everybody does with Cena, and I just don't think I'm going to.
Well, we're not the biggest Cena fans here on this podcast, but I do think that he did business the right way on the way out. You just laid out the whole table. It's pretty funny because Cena buried a lot of the top heels, the potential top heels over the last 20 years. But in his last match, he put over the next generation of the top heel. So, commendable of John Cena there.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think that wraps it up. Ryan, is there any other thoughts you have about Cena, about the last match, about the fans?
No, man. I'm glad the 2025 John Cena retirement tour is over. I think it hurt a lot of WWE television. I think Triple H got set in his ways and just kind of coasted off the Cena name over this last year. Because all you had to do was just put John Cena's name on the marquee and it was going to sell out. But now I'm interested what Triple H can do with no bloodline and no John Cena retirement tour. What's that WWE like under Triple H? And we're going to find out in 2026.
Yeah. I think it's a nut up or shut up kind of year for Triple H. I think he's got to really
invest in the future. He's doing that too, but it just needs a little more, and we'll see that with the first Raw of 2026 when Braun Breaker faces CM Punk. Let's see what they do there.
But that'll round us out for John Cena's last match, ladies and gentlemen. It was a great 2025 for us. We've had probably our biggest year of growth, even if things have been kind of iffy towards the back half with our recording schedule. I will take majority of the blame for that, but we promise a bigger and better 2026. As always, we're looking forward to the future. The holiday season is upon us. Christmas for us here, New Year's as well. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're safe out there. Spend some time with your family, your loved ones. Most importantly, come back. We got a holiday watch along. We got 2 or 3 holiday watch alongs coming up. And then we will be back to start the year off with the review of the January 5th Monday Night Raw. But for one final time, I must concede, and I'll say it here, and this is the only time I'll say it. Thank you, Cena.
Yeah, goodbye, good riddance, and don't let the door hit you on the way out, Cena. Bye-bye, everybody.